Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video and another guide, this time for the week 4 challenges. You guys have been loving the guides for the previous weeks and I love doing them. I love helping you guys out. So this time we're going to be going through all of the tips and tricks and secrets to help you guys get through the week 4 challenges as quickly as possible so that you can get back playing just for the fun of it, even though the challenges are fun. But yeah, we've got some hard challenges this week, like the search chests in Wailing Woods challenge. Got some secret chests to show you guys for that one. There's also the trap eliminations challenge and the treasure map location, but got tips for you guys on those as well, and of course every other challenge. But as always guys, if you find this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button down below. It helps me out so much and I really do appreciate seeing how much it does help you guys out. Along with that, comment down below what tier you're at currently, because currently I'm at 73, almost 3/4 of the way to Omega. I cannot wait, so I'm curious to see where you guys are at as well. But without further ado guys, let's jump on into it here and actually show you guys the challenges. Since we were doing these a day early like usual, we got the challenges leaked, so a bunch of you might not even know what the challenges are depending on when you're watching this. So starting out, you've got deal damage with assault rifles to opponents, search chests in Wailing Woods, which again got some secret chests and tips for that one to make it pretty easy, and then search 7 ammo boxes in a single match, got a good tip for that as well, and then visit the center of different storm circles in a single match, search between a bench, ice cream truck, and a helicopter, which is the treasure, got the location of that as well. You've also got trap eliminations and eliminate opponents in Snobby Shores. So yeah guys, a little bit of a weird week, nothing too crazy or really that new. A lot of them are repeats from last season, including the Wailing Woods one, which will be tough, but as always I got you guys on that. So without further ado, let's jump into the very first challenge, which isn't even really a challenge, and we're gonna go through this one super quick. The deal damage with assault rifles to opponents. Oh man, this one's gonna be tough guys. All right, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm just kidding, this one is the easiest one ever. But yeah, I mean, tips for this one, I'd basically first of all say, before even attempting to get this one, just go for your other challenges right away. You're probably most likely, in fact more than likely, going to get this first challenge while you're going for the other challenges. I mean, how often do you get in gunfights while you're going for chests either in Wailing Woods or, you know, somewhere else doing another challenge? So you're going to get this done, you know, just without even having to worry about it. And by the way, if you guys need help finding teammates, be sure to check out the app Gamerlink. It's free to download on your phones and lets you find teammates based on game mode, skill, and stuff like that. And as always, if you want to check it out, there's a link down below in the description. But as for the next one on the list here, this one is actually the Wailing Woods challenge, which is definitely tough, but I do have a bunch of tips for you on this one. So yeah guys, before we even get into the secret chests or just getting the chests in general, when I did this challenge last season, the way that I preferred doing it was going into solo squads. I know I've said that before when it comes to chests and like the previous week's challenges, but for this one it is super important, because if you do go in solo, there are just a ton of people going to Wailing Woods and there's not a ton of chests that spawn in there at one time, meaning you're probably going to have to be fighting over just one single chest. So if you do solo squads, a lot of times most people aren't going to go there and do challenges, but hopefully that will give you a little more space to open up some extra chests. But as for the chests themselves that you want to go after, don't go to the middle of Wailing Woods. Just don't do it, alright? That's a really bad decision. Maybe finish up there, but definitely don't start there. Instead, start with the chests that were recently added around the outside. I believe there's 5 new chests that are hidden in like the trees of Wailing Woods themselves, such as this first one right here at this RV. So as you can see, this is generally the first chest that you would probably want to go after if you're skydiving down. But if you drop down quick, you can land on top of that one, pick it up. Definitely not too many people are going to be going for this one. Now after that one, you then want to move straight north and hopefully find this chest up here near this truck, and it's also near the vending machine inside of the shack. So aim for the shack, and then behind it there's sometimes a chest inside of the truck. Sometimes they won't always spawn there, but just check and you can usually find one right there. Now after that, you might be able to see the next one already, but if you keep going north, just keep on running up there, you can find another one towards the edge of Wailing Woods again, next to another set of RVs and next to this tent on top of the picnic table. So that one's also an easy one. You might want to go after right when you're dropping, because it is again near the edge. Not many people are going to be going there, and if you need like one more, you could probably grab this one like super quickly. Now after that, you can go back into the center of Wailing Woods, but if you do want to try and maybe drop again, or you know, if you want to run over here after getting these first 3, you can go to this chest over on the top right of Wailing Woods. It's another one sitting in the back of a truck for some reason. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. This is another one that's pretty uncommon, so pick that one up. And then if you want to move south this time, you can find another one next to another RV in this little bit of like a ditch sort of right next to this log. So pick that up right there and you've got another chest to add to your collection, and those are the easiest ones to get by far. And also guys, if you're trying to farm these by dropping multiple times, don't click leave match after you've gotten a chest, because that won't count towards your challenge. Once you've opened up a chest, you either need to win the game or have your character be eliminated and then back out for the challenge to count. So just make make sure you make like a staircase and then jump off of it so that you eliminate yourself so that you can back out and make the challenge count. Now again, if you do want the ones in the very center, there's generally 5 that can spawn, 1 in the center and I believe 4 under the big trees that are along the edges inside the maze. So if you want, you can check those out, but I definitely do not recommend it because that is where everybody else is going to be going. But moving on here to the next challenge, this one is brand new, a little bit weird, but honestly pretty easy once you know how to do it. So the challenge I'm talking about here is the visit different centers of the circle 3 times in one game. So pretty straightforward stuff right there. I'm expecting it to have like some sort of indication that you're in the very center of the circle, and we're not 100% sure how that works right now, but getting to the centers of the circle isn't that hard. In fact, the very first tip I have for you is when you jump out of the bus at the very start of a game, drop towards the very center of the map, either in Dusty Divot, maybe Salty Springs might be a good place to drop as well. You can get a lot of loot there, and you will be close to the center of the map so that when the first circle shows up, generally if you are towards the middle of the map, you will be able to get into the center of the circle very, very quickly. That just has to do with how the circles spawn, but once you get into the center of the first circle, you pretty much have this challenge down, as long as you can stay alive, and you should be already pretty close to the next center of the circle, just judging by like how the circles work generally in the games. So obviously do that a 3rd time and you should have the challenge done. Super simple. But yeah guys, moving on to a challenge that definitely is tough, the trap elimination challenge. And by the way guys, if you aren't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below because I do these guides every single week before the challenges are even live, so you might as well be notified about them. But getting back into the trap challenges, yes guys, this one can be a bit of a hard one, probably maybe even the hardest one of this week. But I have one tip for you guys to get this done really, really easily, and it is the exact way that I got it done last season, so this does for sure work. So basically, when we've gone through the other elimination challenges, you guys have probably heard me say that if you're having trouble getting them, what you can do is go into either duos or squads, and maybe 50v50 if it's still live. But when you get in one of those squad type modes, if you knock somebody on the other team and then you go up to eliminate them, whatever gun you use to eliminate them when they're down will count towards the challenge that you are trying to get. Now again, the only catch to that is that you have to be the person to eliminate them. It can't be your teammate. You have to be the one to shoot at them, knock them down, and then run up to them and finish them off. So with that being said, that is exactly what you can do with these traps. And since the traps just recently got nerfed, this is going to be pretty much the only way you're going to get this challenge done. Once you knock somebody, just run up to them, box them in with a bunch of wood and stuff like that, and make sure you have a trap obviously. And then once you box them in, simply put up the trap. But once the trap goes off, you'll get that elimination. And once you finish off the game, it should count towards that challenge. Overall, pretty easy stuff, and that is how you get it done. Alright, so here we are in game, and yes, I have the perfect spot to get all of these ammo boxes in like one single drop. You can probably get these just by going to this one single building. So the place that I usually go to get this challenge done is this building right over here, the Der Burger in Greasy Grove. That place has so many ammo boxes, and you'll see. So yeah, there you see the giant burger on the top. Very similar to actually one of the other challenges where I told you to go right here. This is where I usually drop. You don't have to do it, but if you break through here, you can usually get a chest right away and get attacked by this scumbag. Yeah, no. But yeah, and here you've got one ammo box right there. You just pick that up, and you've already got one, and then you break through this wall right over here. We can find another one usually behind that wall. So we've already got 2. Got some more stuff right there. Run around this way. Got a 3rd one on this shelf. 4th one on this shelf over here, and this is only the top floor. And even you can go into here. I think there might be one in here. Can't quite remember. Maybe in here too. Yeah, like there's a 5th one. 5 on one single floor. That is insane. And then once you need some more, you just move down to the bottom. You can also pick up this. And actually, it's probably quicker just to go to the basement because you got another one over here on this shelf. Pick that up for your 6th one. And then, yeah, right back here, you got your 7th one. So there you go. 7 in one building. How simple is that? I told you guys, Greasy Grove is insane for ammo boxes. I don't know why, but they've got tons. And I think maybe some other ones might spawn around here. I'm not 100% sure, but if you need more, you can always, you know, go over to that house over there. Like, actually, real quick, I'll show you where the ones are usually in houses like this, just in case you do need a couple more. So actually, the first one Usually you can find one up here in the attic, like right there. There's also a chest generally over there, so that's another one you can grab. I don't know if in this house, sometimes there's another ammo box on the second floor, but I don't think there's one in here. But I do always know that when you go under stairs, there's almost always one under the stairs. And it didn't spawn this time, oh man. But yeah, just check under the stairs. If you need an extra one, always one under there, usually. So yeah, guys, that is it for this challenge, basically. So let's jump back into our usual commentary. But after that, you have the treasure map location for this week. So yeah, guys, I know the exact location for this one, and it's super simple. Again, for this week, it's the one that is in between a helicopter, a bench, and an ice cream truck. So do you guys have any guesses where that might be? Leave them down below in the comments to see if you're right, because this one is located in Moisty Mire. That's right, guys. So I'm just going to go in theater and show you exactly where this is, because if you do go into Moisty Mire, it is the only place that has a helicopter. It's right up here on this edge of like this filming set. It's kind of broken down, but this is, I'm pretty sure, the only helicopter on the map, so that was pretty easy to figure out. But apparently there is also an ice cream truck in here. If you go over towards this part of the swamp right here, there's an ice cream truck on its side, just sitting in the swamp right there. So that confirms our second thing for this challenge. So then if we go up a little bit, we can spot the other thing, the bench, right over here towards the edge of the swamp, and that is for sure the bench that this challenge is talking about. Now if you go up a little bit higher and check out all three of these, they seem to make a triangle and focus on this center point right here on this little bit of a peninsula. Now again, I don't know 100% where it is exactly, but I'm pretty much 99% sure that it is going to be on this little circle in like the dirt right here, if you can see that. I'm pretty sure if you go right up to that, the star will spawn right there and you can pick it up. Now if for some reason it isn't there, it should be somewhere else on this peninsula, or maybe actually it could be up on this mound up on top of the little ledge. So if it's not in the first spot, be sure to check up here. It's at one of those two spots. But after that, we have another easy one, which I won't talk about too much, but that is the Snobby Shores elimination challenge. So if you do have trouble getting eliminations, I do recommend for this one, again, doing whatever game mode you're comfortable with, but after you drop into the game, there's 5 houses you usually go to in Snobby Shores. However, I definitely would not go towards the center 3. I would either go to the one on the far left or the bigger one on the far right, and in fact, I'd usually actually go to the one on the far right. The reason for this is because if you drop at one of the ones in the center, and other people are going to the houses to your left and the right, obviously you're sandwiched in between them. So if you go to the house on the right, there's a ton of good loot in there. There's a bunch of chests and stuff. So once you get stocked up, you don't even have to worry about people behind you. You can just push into the other houses and get some eliminations that way. So yeah, guys, that is it for all of the week 4 challenges. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more of these videos coming up in the near future. Along with that, you can check out the last week's challenges by clicking the video on the left, and then on the right, going through 6 funny things you didn't know about Fortnite. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.